Hello and welcome to Pisces Practical Tarot. Thank you for being here and joining me. So for today's reading, we are asking what do you need to know right now for each sign. This is intended to be timeless, so whenever you find this, I hope that there are messages here for you. I will be putting out a monthly reading for September shortly, so if you're interested, feel free to keep an eye out for that. I hope to see you there. All right, but in the meantime, I thought we'd do this reading. So yeah, if you're ready, you can go ahead and check out the timestamps below. You can always look for your sun, moon, rising, or whichever placement is calling to you. Trust yourself, trust that you know which of the messages you hear are for you. And yeah, I think we should just get started, right? All right, so we'll go ahead and start with Aries. So hello, Aries. Aries sun, Aries moon, Aries rising. Welcome to your reading. We are going to start with an energy check, so this part should resonate with you. If it doesn't, please go ahead and check out a different placement. All right. You have waxing gibbous moon showing up over here. Wow. And Jupiter. This is amazing. All right. Look, with waxing gibbous moon, this is an energy of whatever it is that you have been dedicating your time and your energy to whatever you've been focusing on. Okay, you're about to like get your harvest. Okay, all your hard work is taking you somewhere big, with Jupiter over here showing expansion, abundance. Okay, so something I will say about this energy is that if you feel like there's still work left to do, now is the time to do it, because know that you will be reaping the benefits of everything that you're sowing at this time. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and ask the tarot, what else do you need to know right now? What do you need to know about this energy? All right. So, oh, beautiful. You have the Six of Wands. You have the Justice card showing up reversed. We'll clarify that in a second. Okay, I do feel like, yeah, oh, okay. Six of Swords wanted to come out, and I'm going to take Seven of Coins. Yep, okay. That's kind of what I was intuiting over here, all right? But look, overall come-ups, okay? You feeling good, rising above, okay? Some of y'all could be very much seen, okay? So whatever it is that you're doing, people are noticing. You could be in the spotlight, getting attention, okay? I feel like for some of you, this could revolve around you speaking out, feeling comfortable enough to share your ideas and things like that, okay? But I do feel like the spotlight is on you, okay? And you're going to be feeling good about this, okay? Now, a couple of things is that there is a sense of needing to revise something, okay? There's something that you haven't, how can I say this? Like, you haven't been able to move past, or kind of a cycle that you've been repeating that's holding you back. And the Seven of Coins here is asking you to shift your approach, okay? There's this need to revisit. And with the Justice card reversed, I was going to ask for a clarifier, but I feel like this clarified it enough. But but what I was gonna say, with the Justice card reversed, I do feel like if you feel like something isn't quite right, if you feel like you were slighted or there's still work left to do, okay, know that the scales will be balanced over here, all right? So this is the time to check in with yourself about how you can bring balance into the situation. If something isn't feeling good, how can you make it right, okay? What needs to shift over here? Some of you are resisting this this shift with the Six of Cards showing up reversed, but there is just so much more on the other side. And for some of you, it could be that there's a lack of clarity in where it is that you're heading. Like, you don't even know what's on the other side, right? Like, you're like, well, I've been putting all this hard work into something. What is even going to happen? But I feel like Jupiter is asking you to trust that abundance is waiting for you. I feel like this is very much, it feels like this is a time to show your dedication to the situation, you know, whatever it is that you are focusing on. Okay, if you are dedicated, if you really want it, it's going to pan out. And for some of you, there could even be a shift in your expectations or a shift in what it is that you're working. So like you could be like, well, I've been working toward this, but it's not exactly what I want. So there's some moves that need to happen over here. But let me see what else we have to know. Yeah. Okay, wow. Okay, I think both of these wanted to show up. So sorry, I felt 2 cards. So yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. A couple of things, all right? With this Justice card, because I asked it for clarifiers for the Justice card, but I feel like it's messages in general over here. Check in with yourself that you are coming from a space of something that you love, right? Like, does this make me feel good? Is this fulfilling? Is this a dream that I have that I want to pursue? The Page of Cups is saying, put love into the situation. You know, if it's not something that's making you feel good, then there is this need to revisit it. You know, what is it that actually makes my heart happy? For some of you, you could be taking on more. I don't want to say that you can handle, because I get the sense that like you can handle it, okay? But the reversal of the Ten of Wands to me always indicates ask for support. There is support out there if you're willing to ask for it, okay? So don't be afraid to at this time say, you know, hey, I feel like I'm carrying on too much, or hey, you know, like, is anybody willing to lend me a hand? You know, like, I feel like that is out there for you. Yeah, the Hierophant is just reiterating the whole revising your routines, okay? Revising like what it is that you're doing in the day-to-day, okay? So like that might look like revisiting like the small parts of the task, you know, whatever it is that you're working on. Make sure that you're taking a step back and looking at the little steps, okay? Because I feel like there could be something that you're missing by not looking at the details. So pay attention to the details, all right? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, Aries. I hope that there were messages for you here. If there were, please feel free to let me know. Your likes, comments, subscribes are greatly appreciated. And let me know if you'd like to see more readings like this. All right, we are going to move on to Taurus. All right, hello, Taurus. Hello, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. You have the 6th house showing up over here. This is the house of, well, work, service, health, okay? Your work-life balance could be in need of your attention, yeah. And then you have Saturn showing up here as well, okay? So a lot of lessons around your routines, a lot of lessons around your habits, lessons around your health as well, okay? So you could be needing to show some discipline, okay? With Saturn, this is like lessons that we have to learn, you know, kind of big lessons, okay? So I feel like Saturn likes, here's the thing, Saturn likes discipline, okay? Saturn likes diligence and saying, okay, I am really focused on this. So there is this encouragement for you to revise, to really figure out, okay, how can I show that I'm dedicated to my health, that I'm dedicated to my work, or that I'm trying to find that work-life balance, okay? There's this need to kind of create, how can I say this? It's like you're creating a game plan and sticking to it, okay? So discipline, diligence would be the key words right now. Now, let's see what else the tarot has to say for you here, Taurus. All right, what else does Taurus need to know right now? Yeah, you have the 3 of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Wands showing up reversed, okay? I'm going to say... I was getting the sense of, because the concept, wow, how many cards is that? That's way too many cards. So I'm gonna keep shuffling. I was getting the sense of work-life balance, right? So for some of you, you could be doing it in like one aspect of your life. Like you could be directing a lot of energy into one thing. And I feel like it could be, you could be on the verge of a burnout, right? Or kind of tiring yourself out, exhausting yourself. Okay, the Ace of Wands reversed to me is saying slow down, revise, okay? The 3 of Pentacles over here, I feel like, you know, I'm going to say, well, let me pull these cards out and then I'll get into the 3 of Pentacles. All right, the 3 of Pentacles is asking asking you to collaborate, okay, to work with others, okay, to find balance outside of yourself. But this is showing up in your innermost. So I'm going to say that I feel like for some of you, getting into an energy of collaboration and cooperation starts with you here, okay? And so it's like you getting yourself into a mindset of working with others, like you figuring out a little bit more. You know, sometimes we don't know exactly what it is that we need, and that's okay. That's okay to be in an energy of, I don't even know what it is that I need to work on my, you know, health, or to, you know, do what I want to do for work, or, you know, blah, 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 whatever it is that you're doing, right? Um, but I feel like with this showing up in your innermost, like, you know more than you're giving yourself credit for, right? So work with yourself first, kind of check in with yourself, check in with your body, ask, like, collaborate with your body, your feelings, your like your thoughts, your sense of self, you know, and then ask yourself, okay, like, where am I feeling good? Where am I feeling depleted? I was gonna say defeated, right? So like some of you might be feeling exhausted or something like that. Okay, and then going from there, like maybe you don't even know exactly what you need either way, but you at least have a sense of where you want to start looking for support here. Okay, I'm gonna say the King of Wands showing up reversed over here is reiterating this sense of you running the risk of tiring yourself out. It's almost like than taking on more than you should be at this time, or not taking on more than you should be, but like I'm getting, oh, there you go. Okay, there you go. Look, you're charging forward. You're creating this discipline, right? Like you're showing diligence. But I'm also seeing it as, you know, for example, sometimes we can come up with a game plan and then we're really excited and then we charge toward it and then we end up, you know, overwhelming ourselves. So for example, okay, this might look like, let's say that you're making some changes to your health habits, right? And maybe you want to start by, I don't know, like, you know, cooking more at home or something like that, right? And then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna cook all my meals at home, right? And then you get there and then you're really excited and then you're doing all the things and then you get tired, right? And then you're like, oh, like, I don't know if this is sustainable. I don't know if I can keep doing this. So there is this sense of, you know, start at your capacity, okay? Like being diligent doesn't mean, you know, I'm gonna keep using that example, but apply it. This is an example, right? Like you apply it to whatever it means to you. But discipline doesn't have to mean I am making 3 meals at home every day and doing what I need to do and like then going, you know, it's like it could look like, hey, you know, I am, you know, packing a snack today and I am making a meal tomorrow, right? But like you're slowly working toward finding that balance toward your like your health, like taking care of yourself, like implementing new things into your routine slowly here, okay? Ask for help as needed. Know that you do not have to take on everything yourself, okay? The Eight of Swords, sometimes like we get trapped, we get really anxious. I'm also gonna say, like, if you feel like, oh dang, like I messed this up already, or oh, like I fell off the wagon or whatever, it's like, hey, that's not, you know, like that doesn't mean that you're done. That doesn't mean that you did something wrong, okay? It's, you know, very much get back on the horse kind of energy. Ask for support, okay? Maybe, you know, maybe that looks like, you know, asking for a buddy. For those of you that works for you, you know, I know it's not everybody's thing, you know, but maybe you have like a buddy that you check in with, right? About like, oh, you know, maybe you're just even texting like, oh wow, like I walked a mile today, like I feel good. And then, you know, maybe you can get like that support from your friends or something like that, all right? But like don't keep it all to yourself. Don't keep that anxiety to yourself, okay? Is what I'm saying. Like, or if you feel like things aren't quite going your way, like speak about it, okay? Like share your like let it out, release it, okay? And I feel like, you know, this, you know, like there's support. I do feel like there is, like, you don't have to go through all of these things by yourself, you know. Just, I don't know, Three of Pentacles, I feel like there is support and collaboration out there for you if you wanted it. And, you know, Eight of Swords is just a reminder of speaking our needs, because sometimes we're too afraid to say it or embarrassed or something. And this is just a reminder of like, no, 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 don't be embarrassed. Don't be afraid. Okay. Like the real ones will have your back. Right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, Taurus. I hope that there are messages for you here. If there were, please feel free to let me know your likes, comments, subscribes. Let me know you'd like to see more readings like this. If there was anything for you here, thank you. And I'll see you again sometime. All right. We are moving on to Gemini. Hello, hello, Gemini. Gemini sun, moon, rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome. We are asking, what do you need to know right now? You have Gaia showing up here for you. And the 7th house of partnerships. Any one-on-one relationship. Okay, so this could look like, with the 7th house being highlighted, this can look like anything that's one-on-one. So like, not, for example, if it's like a friend situation, maybe like talking to people one-on-one, right? Or like your friend, not your friend circle, but maybe talking to a specific friend, right? It could be romantic relationships, it could be boss relationships, co-workers, right? But anything that's like one-on-one, and finding balance in those connections can be very important. I do feel like you could be finding support in people, like, I don't know, like you could either be finding like a new person, or kind of maybe rekindling like a friendship, or kind of going to somebody that you're like, oh, this person's really supportive. They help me, you know, like honor myself, like value my needs. Just with Gaia, I get a very nurturing energy showing up for you. Gaia wants you to take care of yourself, okay? Like to really get in touch with yourself, your needs, your cycles, like your cycles of, you know, like whatever that means, right? For you. But I feel like getting out into nature and getting in touch with your emotions. So for some of you, you could be following like the cycles of the moon. Okay, going out into nature could be really important. I'm seeing this as like having a connection to nature could also be very beneficial for you at this time. If you are somewhere where maybe you don't have access to a lot of nature, or it's hard for you to get out somewhere, you know, I mean, I would say like nature is everywhere, right? Dang, sorry. I don't know why I really got like the rose that grew from concrete. Okay, I don't know if that's significant to any of you. But I'm seeing, you know, like, sorry, yeah. But I'm really seeing it as, you know, like nature can be anywhere that you find it, right? So like, even maybe you live somewhere where there's not a lot of trees or something, and but like if you stop and look at a flower pot, or if you start and, you know, find a leaf, or find, you know, like, I don't know, um like I feel like there's something about looking closely, or looking at smaller details of the world. Okay, like I feel like nature could be speaking to you. Like, I know maybe that sounds weird, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, okay? But like, you could be getting messages about yourself through exploring nature, communicating with nature. And when I say communicating with nature, that could start by observing, right? Observing, you know, observing the patterns of, you know, the trees around you, or observing the cycles of weather. For some of you, you could be like watching nature documentaries, or watching videos that are related to nature, something like that, okay? But I do feel like it could be very healing for you at this moment, okay? So, all right, let's see, we're gonna wow. We're gonna go ahead and ask what else is showing up for you. I don't know why I started all the way over here, all right? But yeah, you have the Ten of Coins showing up reversed. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the Daughter of Wands showing up, and the Strength card. Wow, super. Okay, so first of all, a whole lot of fire. Okay, Daughter of Wands, Strength, and Ace of Wands. All right, so some of y'all could need to get in touch with the element of fire, right? Finding the fire within yourself, seeking out inspiration. I feel like you strengthening your sense of self can be very important at this time, because this is how you're being asked to show up and present yourself. And the Strength card is a card, well, first of all, like just like the lion here, okay, it is a card of Leo, and that's making me think of, you know, like authenticity, just you like speaking your truth, you standing in your power, okay, really showing up strong to the world. And I don't mean this in every, I mean, how can I say this? I mean strength in every sense of the word, okay? Remember that strength doesn't have to be like brute strength. You know, look at the lion. Can you see the lion's, like, it has the rose in his mouth, which is, you know, really speaking to that that delicateness, that softness, you know, like it doesn't have to be like, is the lion ready to attack when it needs to, or hunt its prey when it needs food or whatever, right? Like, yeah, right, like they can be fierce AF, right? But I feel like this is also a reminder of you getting in touch with the softer sides of you, remembering that being vulnerable is another source of strength, right? So like, I mean strength in every sense of the word, okay? Like, I don't know, I think I went on that rant. Maybe some of you have this, I don't know, it could be sometimes we confuse strength as like, well, I'm strong because I don't cry. I'm strong because I'm not afraid. I'm strong because I take things on and I charge forward. And it's like, yeah, that is a source of strength. But sometimes saying things like, hey, you know, I need some help, that's freaking strength. You know, how hard is it to ask for help sometimes, right? Or getting in touch with yourself and being like, oh, I might need a friend right now, like, or whatever, right? Like that is also a source of strength, and you showing your strength and strengthen your, just being you, okay? I do feel like you have this potential for something more exciting. You could have ideas. You could be starting to gain some inspiration over here with the Ace of Wands. I feel like the universe wants to offer you something that feels better, that feels more authentically you. But I do see that you could be working through some you know, with the daughter wants reversed, like maybe some delays, maybe feeling like things haven't been going your way, maybe feeling a bit exhausted, okay, like tired. Like I feel like you're currently in this uninspired state, but the sense of inspiration is coming toward you. And I'm gonna say it feels a little bit bittersweet, because with the Ten of Coins showing up here, for some of you, like your ideas of what it was that you wanted, or you know, the Ten of Coins can speak of, you know, like the legacies that we want to build, what we're charging toward, what we want to create. And for some of you, like that could be shifting, that could be changing, and that can be a little bit bittersweet here. Yeah, yeah, sorry, I don't know, like my mind just kind of drew, like I was like, I don't know, like I felt it, you know. But overall I feel like you're using these things that maybe you like your shift in plans, or you're using things that haven't worked out, plans that maybe didn't come follow through, or fell through, sorry, like there was no follow through on, or something that didn't quite work out. You're using this as like a learning experience, like taking a step back to help you figure out, well, what is it that actually inspires me, what is it that I want to charge toward. And don't be afraid to delve into the what didn't work out, because that is actually telling you a lot more about your needs and what it is that you want to charge toward here, okay? Also, like, don't be, I don't know, some of y'all could also, I don't know, with the seventh house, I'm getting like you could be right, because I mentioned like friends, partners, right, like that kind of thing, like finding like one person that can be a source of inspiration as well, or that can help you process information. It could be also like a mentor, a teacher, like somebody that you're learning from as well. All right, so keep your eyes open and keep your energy open to receiving that support is what I'm seeing here. All right, Gemini. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. I hope that there were messages for you here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I hope that there were messages for you here. All right, thank you. All right, we are going to move on to Cancer. Hello, hello, Cancer. Hello, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer rising, or whichever placement brought you here, welcome to your reading. We are starting with an energy check. We're asking about the dominant energy showing up for you at this time. You have the 5th house and conjunction showing up here. All right. All right. So the 5th house, okay. Sorry, I'm starting to blush. The 5th house can be a house of creativity, having fun, okay? Like what brings you joy, what makes you feel good, you know, at the root of it, right? Like when do you feel like you're enjoying yourself, like you're safe to be yourself, that you're exploring things that just make you feel good because you deserve to feel good, Cancer, right? And also it can denote dating, all right? So some of y'all could be, or not, it could include dating and things like that. So some of y'all could be dating, things like that. You have conjunction showing up over here with integration, synergy, and unity. So for some of you, you could be, sorry, like the message that I got was like, you could be meeting somebody that you're having a lot of fun with, that you're enjoying, like you're enjoying their time. That, I don't know, I'm getting like partner in crime kind of thing, okay? It doesn't have to be romantic, okay? Like for some of you, I think it is going to be romantic, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be somebody that you feel very aligned to, that you're like, yeah, like we're doing things, like, yeah, this feels good, you know, like let's pursue that. You know, I'm going to say, for others of you, I do see this also as you learning how to integrate joy into your life, just like in the everyday, or creating space for joy just in general. All right, like that's what wants your attention right now. That's what you need to know right now. Okay. Wow. Ooh, something fell. I just saw what it was. Oh goodness golly. Oh goodness golly. Okay. Ah, damn it, I can't unsee it. Okay, look, all of these cards fell. And I'm gonna go ahead and reach for it, okay? I know, pardon me. Whew. All right, sorry about that. I saw, so the card that fell was the Father of Cups, okay? And the Father of Cups, so Father of Cups, Son of Cups, Daughter of Pentacles, and Son of Pentacles. Okay, I was like shuffling and reshuffling and shuffling these like even before the reading started, so I don't know how this even happened. I'm gonna say with all of these court cards, you could just be meeting a lot of people, like having a lot of different interactions. Yeah, like I'm gonna say I do get like a lot of just young, fun, like energy, right? You could be, I'm seeing it as also like you could be meeting people that just make you feel young again, right? Like they make you feel good. Like that could be healing for your inner child. Like you have two sun cards and a daughter card, right? So that's kind of where I'm getting like that, like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know, like just a very refreshing energy, all right, about to come your way. Also very loving, okay? Father of Cups, Son of Cups, you know, very giving. Look, I'm genuinely seeing this as like a whole lot of options for you, okay? And I feel like you could have love showing up for you if it's what you want. And you could have choices in this, all right? You could be meeting somebody that already has children, all right? And maybe you were like, that was not part of my plan, but then they have children, or you could have children and you're kind of wondering, like, am I ready to do this or something? But like the options are going to be there, okay? I'm sorry, I can't like, it's like I'm hyper focused on, for some of you, like dating, love life, options, okay? Like I feel like, whoa, that's what you need to know right now. It's like coming your way. If that's not what you want to hear about, check your different placements, okay? But what I was gonna say is that you could be a little bit conflicted about how much it is that you're dedicating to the situations or these situations, right? Like there's almost a sense of you know, like you know, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself over here. And then there's this like progress of like, oh, should we cement something? Should we actually try to make it work? Like, should I put, you know, more, how can I say this, like tangible energy into this, right? Like, it's not like you're just dreaming up scenarios or just going off feelings. You're actually saying, oh, okay, I'm gonna dedicate myself to this. Or I feel like you could be questioning, all right? Like, that could be what you're wondering right now. Like, am I just kind of having some fun times, or am I going to try to make something work here and dedicate myself to it? So like, you could be wondering what that looks like for you right now. So let's see what else is showing up for you. All right. Woo, goodness golly, I'm telling you, I felt like a weird, like, blushing heated sense at the beginning, and I feel like you're being seen right now. Like you're looking good, you're feeling good, like you have a lot to offer. Like, don't discredit everything that you have to offer. For some of you, like, you could feel like you don't know if it's enough, kind of like that's why there's this conflicting energy of like, you know, with the Father of Cups, like very strong, and you know, it's Father, like that would be like the King card, like the doer, like the done, get her done, get things done, you know, kind of thing. And then, you know, the daughter or the sons over here, they're a little bit more younger, or like, I don't know, especially, sorry, because I'm looking at the Daughter of Pentacles. Like, I'm wondering if you're wondering if what you have is enough to go off. But I feel like, you know, the two Sun cards over here, which are doers, you know, like they get things started. Okay, they're not maybe as refined, like they still get things going, and they're willing to take some chances here. So I feel like some of y'all will be taking some chances into trying new things. So I don't know, let's see if there's anything else that Cancer needs to know right now. Yeah, you have the Six of Cups reversed. You have the Strength card showing up reversed. All right, I'm gonna say for some of you, you know, tell me about the Six of Cups reversed. Sorry, like you could be hearing like some of these people that you're hearing from, or these options or something like that. I'm sorry, like we just went down the romantic path. This isn't supposed to be like a love reading, but this is the message that you're getting. All right, because we're asking, what do you need to know right now, whatever it is. So I think I already said this, but if you were not looking for a love reading, please check a different placement. Okay, you could be hearing from somebody from your past, okay, with the Six of Cups showing up reversed. I don't know, tell me about the Six of Cups, please. Yeah, somebody's looking for another opportunity. Judgment card. Six of Cups, like card of something from the past coming back. Judgment card, some card of somebody asking for like a second opportunity or a second chance at something. So you could be experiencing that over here. Could be a Leo, doesn't have to be, all right? But I don't know, like it showed up reverse, which is telling me that you might not see this as something that's salvageable. All right, I feel like you're looking at all your other options over here, and you're realizing, I don't know if I want to repeat this at this moment. Okay, I do. Yeah. Oh, you have like two. Yeah, you could be dealing with a Leo, dealing with a Pisces as well. Okay, doesn't have to be. But yeah, I'm gonna say whoever's coming back, I feel like they're coming back in a very self-serving way. Like they're thinking about what you've done for them, or how to find, you know, like they're very worried about their needs over here. So even though they're showing up, they might even be offering you their cup or trying to talk things out or something. Like it feels like at the root of it, like, I don't know, like they're just more interested in themselves at this moment. Okay, and I feel like you're kind of better off exploring your options over here. Like you're gonna have choices, you're gonna have options. So I'm gonna say, like, for those of you that might even feel like, okay, I'm just gonna say it, like for those of you that might even feel like, oh, I don't know if, you know, like I should just give this person a try, because like almost like an energy of settling, right? Or an energy of like, will I ever find anybody else? It's like, yes, like you will. There are options out there that are better fitted and better suited to you. So if you choose to, you know, reconcile with this person because you genuinely believe in that connection, great, you know, like you do you, all right? But if you're doing it because you might feel like you don't know if there's gonna be other opportunities, like check in with yourself, right? Because it's like there will be, you know, there will be for you. Um, I feel like at the core of it, being willing to be vulnerable and being willing to be open, okay? So whether this is with somebody from the past that's coming back, or with your new connections over here, being very open about what it is that you're desiring, vulnerable, okay? Like not having to put on like a face. I feel like a false face. Like not having to put on a mask. There you go. That's what I was gonna say. But yeah, like don't I get the sense of like don't hide yourself, okay? Like be very real about your desires, your needs, whatever, right? Like the right people are going to accept that, go with that, and the people that are not aligned to your needs are, you know, then why do you want them in your life anyway? All right. That's what I got, Cancer. All right. I hope that there were messages for you here. Woo. All right. If there were, please feel free to let me know. Let me know, because I'm gonna say that felt a little bit of a woo energy. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to Leo. All right. I need some water. Gulp, gulp, gulp. All right, hello, Leo, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. We are asking about the dominant energy. We're going to use this part as an energy check, so this should resonate with you. You have the 8th house showing up for you. Wow. Woo. And the 4th house showing up for you here, Leo. All right. So I'm getting a couple of messages, all right? If neither of these messages sounds like you or your story, then please feel free to check out a different placement because I feel like they're going to get very specific. But first message that I'm getting is for some of you, like your sense of home, your roots, your foundation, like it's being like brought to the forefront of your life right now. Okay, so that might look like you spending a lot of time with your immediate family, or things from your childhood resurfacing. Okay, like there's something about addressing things that need to be addressed like at the root of something. So if you've been neglecting anything around your family, neglecting anything around your roots, or I'm gonna even gonna say like deep-rooted wounds, or with the 4th house showing up here, I would even say inner child wounds or inner child healing that you haven't paid attention to. It's something that's calling to you right now, and it's saying, hey, like what's at the root of this, right? Like why are we ignoring this? Why do we need to pay attention to this? Okay, like that sort of thing. Your home could be very much in need of your attention at this time. So I mean, whatever that looks like, that could be as simple as like, you know, like cleaning it up, or doing a little bit of moving things around, making it feel good, creating a sacred and safe space for yourself, right? Like I'm getting this need to pay attention to your living space so that it's somewhere where you can come in and feel like, okay, this feels good, this feels nice, all right? And that's taken care of, okay? Your shared resources can also need your attention at this time. So for some of you, that could look like your debt, your banking, okay? Paying attention to your banking statements, checking in with yourself about like debt that you need to pay off, okay? And then for part 2, all right, so like second message that I'm getting is for those of you who are in a partnership, okay? And so for those of you that are sharing resources with somebody, finding balance in your connections, getting very real with each other about your shared resources, getting very real with each other about how you are contributing to each other's lives, what you need from each other, developing intimacy, even I would say vulnerability and intimacy, and like really opening up as far as like needs and things like that, you know, and how you're collaborating could need your attention, especially like with the fourth house showing up here. There could be something about what it is that you're trying to create or establish, as far as like creating your own roots, creating your own foundation. And there's this need to kind of find alignment in those, like, you know, find alignment with your person, or find alignment in the concepts, right, of, you know, how much time, money, energy, you know, you're putting into building something, and if you feel like you're being reciprocated as well. All right. Woo. All right, Leo. Wow. All right, let's see what else is showing up for you here, Leo. All right, so please help these messages. Please help me deliver messages that resonate with both groups. All right, because I feel like there's kind of two groups here, you know. All right, you have the Father of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords showing up here, okay? For some of you, look, I'm just gonna throw this out there. You know if this applies to you or not. You might have some father wounds, okay? Just with the fourth house, with the Father of Pentacles showing up here, there could be some father wounds that you're working through. Whatever that looks like, that's going to vary by person, okay? But it could be something that you feel like is resurfacing that needs your attention right now. I'm going to say for some of you, you could be breaking away from familial or paternal expectations. Doesn't have to be necessarily like your father, but it could be, right, like this expectation of this is how we do things, right? Like this is what home should look like to you, or this is what we want from you or expect from you, and then all of a sudden you're saying, I don't know about that, right? The Five of Swords is really about you choosing what's good for you, and sometimes that can mean cutting certain ties. You could be feeling very divided as far as, you know, what I want to build and what I want to create is very different than what I was expected to do. But I feel like with the reversal, I feel like you're deciding, you know what, I need to stand up for myself. I need to choose what's right for me, or that's what you're being asked to do at this moment. I feel like the Father of Pentacles in your innermost is reminding you that of everything that you've done, that you are very capable, like that you got things handled, all right, at this moment. With the Father of Pentacles, this is somebody who can take care of their resources, right? Who is very goal oriented, who has they've built their kingdom over here, right? And it's like, you're good, you're solid. Do not undermine all the hard work that you've done. And remember that, you know, I feel like you are, it feels like what you have right now is, I don't want to say, okay, I'm going to say what you have right now is enough. Can you want more? Absolutely. Can you build more? Absolutely. You're this freaking Father of Pentacles. You're like getting things done. You know, do you deserve more? Yes. Can you create more? Yes. Is abundance waiting for you? Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. And also, like, where you are at, like, don't feel like, because I'm getting like a sense of feeling like I don't know if I can handle this on my own. I don't know if I'm ready, right? Like, I don't know if I have enough to share with somebody else, right? Or I don't know if I have enough to start setting my roots. I don't know, you know. And it's like, what you have right now is enough, you know, like your own stability, and then you can continue to grow. You can continue to look for more, okay? So just don't undermine yourself, I think, is just the big message here, okay? All right, what else is showing up for Leo? Okay, you have the Three of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. All right. Yeah, I definitely feel like some of you could be cutting ties, like you could be minimizing your social circles. You could be taking some time just to slow down to yourself. You could be, this doesn't necessarily mean you're isolating yourself, but I feel like you're being very cautious about who you surround yourself with, who you open yourself up to, and you could be figuring out like who your real friends are, who it is that you want to kind of talk things through with, or some, but there's something about like your social circles kind of, you might either just be like taking a break and saying, oh, I think I need to like detach from these people for a second. Or you might be saying, some of these people, they were telling me things that were not true to me, that, did not serve me. They wanted me to live my life a certain way, and I don't want to do that. So I might need to cut them off, I feel like you're being asked to slow down, create space to kind of just get some rest, okay? Especially if you feel like you're taking care of a lot of things. Like, don't be afraid to create that space for self-reflection, slow things down at this moment, all right, Leo? Yeah, those are the messages that I'm getting, all right? I hope that there were messages for you here. If there was anything for you in this reading, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Your likes, comments, subscribes. Let me know if you'd like to see more readings like this, all right? Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and good luck. All right, we are going to move on to Virgo. Hello, Virgo. Hello, Virgo, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome. We are starting this reading by asking about the dominant energy showing up for you. This part of the reading should resonate with you. Ooh, all right. Ooh. Virgo, you have the North Node showing up here and the cusp. Wow. Some of y'all, I'm gonna say, okay, first of all, like, your future is calling, all right? There's something here about you, like, you're on the cusp, you're like on the verge of something. You might not be feeling, I'm gonna say, like, with cusp, sometimes it can even be us feeling a little bit like we're wandering, like we're a little lost, like we're a little confused over here. But you're on the verge of something great with the North Node being here. I feel like there's something where you could be starting to get glimpses of your North Node calling. Sorry, what North Node I'm talking about, like your future, like your destiny, your purpose, like that sudden sense of that is what I want to charge toward. Like that is something that feels good. Like that is the future that I want, right? Like, and you might feel right now a little bit lost, a little bit confused, like, I don't know what's going on, right? But then I feel like you're going to be getting messages around this. You're getting glimpses for some of you. If you do any astrology work or are interested in astrology, I feel like if you're here, you probably have, some sense of that. Looking at your North Node placement, okay? I feel like finding your birth time, finding your birth time is going to be important because it helps you see what house your North Node is in, which gives you additional information. But looking at your North Node placement, okay, you don't have to do the homework that I assign you. It's not like I'm going to grade it, but I would say that's your homework right now. What is it? What house is it in? And does it resonate with you? Okay, because I feel like for those of you that are feeling very lost and confused, getting some external information or looking at your astrological chart, like maybe doing an astro reading, or even just, looking into things yourself and seeing what's calling to you, could be a source of helping you gather your thoughts or gather your ideas. And for some of you, like, you might look at the North Node placement and whatever, and you're like, that does not sound like me. That does not resonate. I don't get it. Nope, not for me. And that's totally fair, okay? Like, you get to make that decision. But for others of you, I feel like it could open new doors and new ideas about who you are and what it is that you're charging toward and what's going to make you feel like more fulfilled in what it is in this life journey that you're on. So, woo, like, I feel like you have some powerful energy surrounding you right now, Virgo. All right, let's see what else is showing up for you here. That sounded like a little bit of there's a little bit of resistance there, okay? All right, yeah, Father of Wands, Three of Wands, yeah. Okay, look. There is a big need to go inward right now, okay? Some of you, I'm gonna say like, wow. Sorry, because the Three of Wands can be a card of exploring our, like, it's external world, right? Like kind of seeing what's out there, like waiting, you know, I don't know, like options, like information coming from the outside in. But the reversal to me is saying like, I feel like you're using your learnings, like, so you're using your past experiences, right? So maybe you've traveled, maybe you've learned something, maybe little nuggets of wisdom here and there, and you're taking this time to take a step back and reflect, right? You're reflecting on yourself, you're reflecting on your needs. It's almost like you're, I don't know, like I feel like you're being asked to like take this step back, okay? The Father of Wands showing up reversed over here is indicating that as well. Like this is a good time for you to, I don't know, like I would even say like delegate responsibilities where applicable. I know there's certain things that we just have to take care of, you know, can't do anything about it. But if there is something that you can take off your shoulders, that you can kind of or put on hold, I feel like that's kind of what you're being asked to do right now. Make sure that you're creating space for you, like to, you know, journal, meditate, process information, however it is that you want. Because I do feel like you're on the verge. It's almost like you're preserving your energy at this moment so that you can have the energy in a second when like all of a sudden, you know, you're gonna be out of this cusp and you're gonna be like full force into something new and something different. Okay, so don't, you know, I'm gonna say like don't see this pulling back of your energy or preserving of your energy as, because I'm even hearing like, oh, like that sounds like lazy, or that sounds like, oh, like a privilege or this or that. But it's like, well, no, you're doing it so that you can have a more substantial source of energy later when you're really gonna need it. So yeah, let's see, anything else that, what else does Virgo? Yeah, woo, okay. Look, you have choices being presented to you, okay? And that is why you are taking this time to sit with yourself, because I mean the Lovers can also indicate choices. The Seven of Cups, right? It's all of these options. Like some of them are going to be good, some of them are going to be bad, like you don't know. But I feel like the universe is telling you, I'm going to say, well, the universe is telling you that there are different ways to approach things, you know, and that you are going to have different opportunities showing up over here. And I'm going to take a step back and say, so for example, let's say that you look into your North Node and you're like, oh, you know, it's, you know, I don't know, like, it's saying that I should do humanitarian work, or I don't know, something like that, right? And then you're like, oh, you know, like that can look like a lot of different things, right? Like that doesn't have to be like, you know, I have to, I mean, I don't know, I don't, anyway, I don't know, or maybe there's some North Nodes in Aquarius here, is there? I don't know, let me know. Check your North Node, let me know. Right, so it's kind of like, oh, I'm using my skills to kind of do some humanitarian work, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, know that that can look like a lot of different things, all right? So I do feel like you're being asked to explore those options, but like really come from a place of within, you know, and what feels good to you, right? So for example, if you're doing, you know, to go back to this, right, humanitarian thing, is like, oh, okay, well, you can be an advocate, right? Like, or you could be somebody, maybe you're doing work behind the scenes, you know, maybe you're volunteering your time sometimes, you know, like there's so many different ways, right, to activate your North Node. So yeah, I do feel like I get this, I don't know, with this Lovers card. Tell me about this Lovers card. I feel like you've already made a choice about something that you're not quite sure of at this moment. I'm getting this sense of like you're questioning your choices at this time, just like the reversal of the Lovers. But I do feel like So like that's why there's almost like this sense of needing to go back. And I feel like the need to tell you, like, you know, you can always change your trajectory, right? Especially for those of you that might feel trapped, like, oh, well, I already decided that I was gonna do this, but then all of a sudden this other thing feels better. And I don't know, like you have free will, right? Like it might not be an easy transition, and you know, hence this cusp energy, you know, transition energy, but you can come from a place of what feels good to you. You can come from a place of something that makes you feel balanced, something that you feel is replenishing your soul here. Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, yeah. Okay, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune was here to remind you that yes, you know, like if you choose to make these transitions, like you might feel like, you know, like it's not gonna be easy, or like you're kind of wondering if it would be a good move, and the Wheel of Fortune is saying, hey, remember, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, you know, but you know, you can be up over here, like, you know, you can learn from past experiences and then use this to help you make decisions going forward here. So that, yeah, and don't dismiss your heart is what I'm gonna say. Like your heart, I feel like there's something about your heart just kind of screaming to be heard. Like, I don't know what that means for you, but that's the message that I'm getting here. All right, Virgo. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, but thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I hope that there were messages for you here, and I hope to see you again sometime. All right. Ooh, hello, hello. I do a little stretch. My back hurts. All right. Hello, my coworker laughs at me for doing stretches, but I'm like, I'm old. Or I don't know, just like stretching is good. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, TMI. Libra. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Libra. Hello, Libra. Sun, moon, rising, or whichever placement brought you here. We are starting with the dominant energy showing up for you here. Wow, you have water. You have immutable showing up here. This is making me think of also Pisces energy. Okay, so I don't know if Pisces energy could be significant to you for some reason. Okay, well, we'll get into the rest of the cards. But yeah, you know, with water energy, I'm gonna say, and immutable energy, goodness golly, both of these, okay? I'm gonna say, Libra, this is very much a time to adapt things, to change things up, to, I'm seeing this as definitely like be flexible, go with the flow, but I feel like this is a very good time to make moves and make some changes as needed. And with the water energy, I'm also going to say, I feel like making moves as needed that stem from a place of you being in touch with what feels good, like recognizing your emotions, recognizing your needs, and you know, navigating the world with love is the sentence that I'm hearing. Okay, let's see, Libra, what else you have showing up here. All right, definitely a time to be adaptable. Yeah, you have the Hermit and the Nine of Cups showing up here. There's that wow, that felt good. I was gonna say there's that Pisces energy with the Nine of Cups, and the Hermit is Virgo energy, which is like the opposite energy. So what does that mean? I don't know, maybe Pisces, Virgo people around you could be significant for you at this time. But you know, or surrounding yourself with that energy. But overall, like for you, for yourself, I do feel like you are playing with two different sides of yourself, and in this context, you are reconciling or paying attention to the part of you that is very logical, very reasonable, very focused in your material realm, what you're doing every day, your material wealth, like all of those things. And then the part of you that is dreamy, that needs, I feel like that's why water and mutable showed up here, because it's almost like, I feel like this part needs more of your attention right now. Some of you could be very focused on your everyday and things like that, but dismissing the part of you that needs to feel softer, that needs love, like that needs like getting in touch with your softer emotions, being in an energy of receptivity is also something that I'm hearing. Finding things that are emotionally fulfilling for you, and stemming from the dreams that you have, stemming from trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, and knowing like, well, I want to do this because it's what it feels right for me, and not being afraid to speak it out. Some of you, I feel like, I don't know, there's just so much blue here, blue, blue. Your throat chakra could need some balancing if that's something that you do. If you do throat chakra work, look, you know, you can look into that, or you already might know what you need to do. But sorry, it's like as soon as I brought it up, I felt like my my own throat feel like closing off. Some of you could have difficulties, yeah, like speaking things out, or sharing feelings, maybe for some of you even. For those of you that don't do chakra work, but you're still kind of interested, you know, like a little, some guiding questions that I would have around that would be journaling or reflecting on, you know, do I feel safe enough to like speak my truth? Do I speak authentically? Do I speak clearly? Do I speak with compassion? Or when do I feel safe enough to speak, you know, truthfully, you know? And what does it look like for me to speak clearly, and what does it look like for me to speak with compassion, right? Because like that's going to vary by person, right? Like sometimes, you know, we have different definitions for things, you know, so you reflecting on yourself, with yourself about those things could be a way to start balancing, doing work toward balancing your throat chakra, okay, if you're interested in that. All right. But yeah, I do feel like some of you have been kind of taking a step back, maybe isolating a little bit, or you are in need maybe of having some you time, or using that you time wisely, okay? Because I do get the sense of like your material realm, so this could be like work, your living situation, your health, okay? Like all of these things really taking up a lot of your attention right now, and you've been very focused on that, but you might be dismissing your emotional needs a little bit, and they want your attention as well. It's like the sense of healing yourself holistically. Like that's what you need to know right now, that this is a time for you to pay attention to your heart, your mind, your body all together. Be very, yeah, you're adapting, you're changing, right? You're learning new things, you're going with the flow and saying, hey, I'm willing to change this up. Mutable energy, right? It switches things up when something doesn't work. So it's willing to try new things. And that's what you're doing right now. I'm going to say, I'm just going to throw this out there because Piscean energy was showing up strong. If finding some sort of spiritual practice, if it's your thing, you know, if you're just like, no, what are you talking about? You know, no, but finding some sort of spiritual practice, or checking in with yourself about what spirituality means to yourself could also be significant at this moment, you know, and that doesn't have to look like any traditional religions, or it doesn't have to look like any specific, right, like prayers or specific practices. It's really about what makes you feel good, what makes you feel connected, right? Like for some people it could be like walking meditations, or it could be going out on a nature walk, or you know, whatever it is. So like you get to decide what that looks like for you. Yeah, wow. Yeah, you know, this really reinforces the messages that we were getting, because you have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Coins, both showing up reverse, which is these are individual, independent energy. So it tells me that you're just not feeling like your strongest self right now. For some of you, like you could be, right? It's almost like, what do I pay attention to, right? Because like if I take the time to pay attention to my emotions, I might be dismissing my material realm. If I take time to pay attention to my material realm, I might be dismissing my emotions, all right? And I feel like what you're being asked to do right now is to really, really, really check in with yourself about your habits. Like, be very honest with yourself about where you're spending your time, your energy, where you're spending your money, um, and kind of reassessing the habits that aren't serving you and considering what you have to release here, okay? So yeah, that is what I offer you right now, Libra. If it resonated with you, you know, if it resonated with you, please feel free to let me know. Your likes, comments, subscribes are greatly appreciated. All right. Yeah, like, sorry. You know, I'm gonna say, I feel like, because I don't know, I don't want to leave it. Ooh, 9 might be significant, or 999 if you're into like angel numbers or anything like that, because you have the 9 of the Hermit, the 9 of the 9 of Cups, and then the 9 of the 9 of Pentacles, so 999. But overall, right, like if you see this, you know, the Hermit, I mean, it really does speak of a time of healing, right? And I feel like that's what you need to know right now, that that's what you need to work through. Like I said, right, like you're all of you. But I feel like what you have coming is this sense of you, right? Like finding that emotional fulfillment, knowing what makes you feel happy, feeling like you can finally welcome in your harvest, kind of showing gratitude for what it is that you have, and knowing that you can continue to build, continue to grow, continue to do things, right? But like you do have a level up coming up. It's not the ultimate level up yet, but it's still a good one, you know, and then you will continue to grow and do more, you know, but do take care of yourself, all right, Libra? Thank you. And yeah, thank you. And I hope to see you again sometime. All right. We are going to move on to Scorpio. Oi. I need water. All right. Hello, 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 Scorpio. Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. We are starting by asking about the dominant energy showing up for you at this time. All right. You have waxing crescent moon with focus, conceptualization, and strategy. And opposition with resistance, struggle, and polarity. Woo! All right. I'm gonna say, woo. All right. So at the moment, you know, it is possible. I'm getting some very specific messages. So if this message does not resonate with you, please feel free to check out a different placement. But I feel like at this moment, some of you could be feeling a lot of resistance from either people. Like, I don't know, like it could be that you're in an argument with someone, or you're constantly disagreeing with, I don't know, maybe you're constantly disagreeing with your boss or your coworkers, or something's just like not going your way. Or it could be an energetic opposition where you're just feeling like things are not going my way. I feel like I'm constantly struggling, like everything that I try, like it's just like kind of harder than it needs to be, okay? And there's a sense of just frustration kind of overarching this. But then you have the waxing crescent moon over here, which is asking you to kind of take a step back and really focus, really strategize, like hone in on where have you been facing those oppositions, where have you been facing that resistance, and kind of pay attention to what it is that it's telling you. And with, you know, with the waxing crescent moon, it's about coming up with game plans, right? So if certain oppositions are telling you like something isn't working, then asking yourself, well, what do I want to do about this, right? Like, I don't know, maybe it looks like having a lot of, you know, quarrels at work, right? And then you're like, okay, well, what's my game plan for that? Am I going to try to make amends and try to you know, talk things out? Am I just going to ignore my coworkers from now on? Am I going to find a new job, right? Like, you know, results may vary, and actions and strategies may vary, right? But you're taking a time to take a step back and consider what the source of frustration and resistance is, and what options you might have to address the situation. I would say for those of you that might even be struggling to recognize the opposition, it could even include taking a step back and checking in with yourself about your feelings, right? Like, oh, like, how can I say this? Like, how am I feeling when things didn't go right, right? Or it might be, so kind of to go on this work example that we already started, right? Like, you might not, you're like, you might just feel like, oh, something isn't quite right with my coworkers, but you might just be needing to take a step back and go, wait, what is the actual problem? You know, is the problem, you know, that we're fighting about what to do? Is the problem that I feel like I'm doing too much work? Is the problem that I feel like, you know, they don't have my back, or that we're not, well, you know, like, and kind of just checking in with yourself. And it's like, okay, well, that tells me that I want to feel supported. That tells me that I need a team that does whatever, right? So, like, you might even be taking a step back to identify what the actual problem or the actual frustration is, right? And then for those of you that are ready to push it forward, then you're coming up with the game plan, right? But I feel like for some of you, like, you might just even be needing to take like a couple of steps back to sit with yourself. So that being said, let's get into the rest of the tarot. See anything else that you need to know right now. All right, what else does Scorpio need to know right now? All right. Oh. All right, look, some of you are facing resistance because the universe is trying to offer you a level up and you're not quite accepting it. The world is, I mean, the last card of the major arcana, right? And then we start fresh, then we start again. So know that there are lessons that you have learned. Know that there's experience. So I don't know why I heard experience points that you have gained, but know that there's experience that that has given you knowledge, right? That you've grown from situations where maybe you have felt uncomfortable. Know that there's also, I mean, also in the lightness, right? Like, I don't want to focus on the maybe negative experiences, right? But like, there's been good things that you've gained too. And it's like you're carrying all of this wisdom within you now, and then you're getting ready to close out a chapter of your life. You know, something is going to shift over here, and the world is a level up, and the level up is saying, hey, like, you could be really focused on your material realm, right? And it's like, you're gonna feel okay, you're gonna feel good. You know, the Nine of Pentacles is the card of, you know, it's independent. It's like you taking care of your needs, you taking care of what you need to, and it's showing up right, which is telling me, like, I don't know, like, there's some moves that you're gonna make, like, there's this realizations that you're having, but you have this potential to charge towards something that makes you feel a lot more stable, that makes you feel good. This could be work related, health related, like your living situation related. Okay, anything in your material realm, though. I feel like you have this like level up coming up for you, but there's something that you have to be willing to release, you know, through this opposition. Some of you could have been, you know, trying to make something work that just wasn't working out, because fundamentally it was telling you about something that you needed to let go of, but it's almost like you were trying to force it. And it's like, the more you try to force it, the more oppositions you were feeling. But it's like, finally, like, you're moving on to something bigger, better, different, that's gonna make you feel a lot more stable. But let's see. All right, let's see what else. What else does Scorpio need to hear right now? What do you need to know right now? What does Scorpio need to know right now? Yay! Oh, I love this. Scorpio, this is beautiful. Look, you have come-ups waiting for you. The Wheel of Fortune, okay? I feel like look, you know, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. You're about to be up. Like, things are looking up. The Page of Wands showing up over here saying you're excited, you're trying new things, you're charging toward things that feel good. And I'm going to say, you know, pages, they can be very unrefined. They can be a little bit scared because they're like, I don't know, you know, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. But I feel like it's going to feel good. Like, you might feel like you're, I'm gonna say, you know, for some of you, you might even feel like you're taking a step back, or like you're, I don't know, because even like with the Nine of Pentacles, right? Like, it isn't like the end all, it isn't the ultimate level up, but there is this kind of like, you're taking a step back, but you're gonna be okay. And you're gonna be starting from a place where you're a lot more excited about charging forward toward your life, or, you know, taking care of things in your life. Like, you're gonna do it from a place of feeling good again, feeling re-energized. There's a sense of just like, I don't know, I just feel like beautiful energy really coming your way, Scorpio, and that's beautiful. Oh, sorry, I feel very warm and fuzzy right now. Um, I want to know. Tell me more. Tell me more about. I don't know. I'm just being nosy. I want to know if there's anything else we can know about this Wheel of Fortune. Well, this is such a beautiful spread. The World, the Nine of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Wands. You know, and we started, typical Scorpios, of course. You know, we started from, you know, this discomfort. We started from this, you know, like struggle, resistance, like shit, like what is going on? But it's like, obviously, because it's you and you're powerful, you're going to transform this energy and truly create something beautiful for yourself. You know, I feel like you are taking all these things that you've learned and using that too. It's almost like you're creating your own good fortune here. All right, what did I want to ask? I don't even know what I wanted to ask. What's showing up there? Yeah, Five of Wands, Six of Pentacles. And I'm going to pull another one for you. Three of Cups. Yeah. Okay, look. I'm going to say some of you are, first of all, open yourself up to receiving, okay? You are in an energy of receptivity right now. You are welcoming whatever gifts the world wants to put you, you know, whether it's a, like, I'm gonna say, even if it's a greeting, even if it's like a hello, even if it's a cup of coffee, a compliment or whatever, you're like, yes, 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 accept, give me more, okay? The more you open yourself up to the world has to offer, the more the world is going to continue offering you. So remember, you know, receive, 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 all right? I feel like you're releasing, like some of you are truly healing through some expectations that were placed upon you, like people that maybe wanted you to do things a certain way, or things that you thought you wanted to do, and you're finally like rising above that. I feel like you're dismissing any people that didn't have your best interest at heart, or people that weren't really aligned with what you wanted. You're kind of saying, I'm letting go of that. I'm choosing myself. I'm standing up for what I really want. And you're finding that source of strength within you to, like, I don't know, to create a beautiful world for yourself, right? I'm gonna leave it there, right, Scorpio? Yeah, I'm gonna leave with this warm and fuzzy feeling because it's nice. I kind of want to sit in it some more, but all right. If there were any messages for you here, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I hope to see you again sometime. All right, I need water. Hello, 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 Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Wow, or whichever placement brought you here. I think this just wanted to be with you. It's just a single card right here. You have Imam Koale showing up here. And Sun, wow. Woo. Yeah. All right. Wow, interesting messages. Sagittarius, welcome. Look, I'm gonna say very much a side message, not for everybody, okay? But for those of you that are why am I, ugh, you know what is, okay, whatever, it's the message that I got. For some of you, parenting could be significant, or getting in touch with your parents, or you might be about to become a parent, or you might be considering becoming a parent, okay? Like there's something about, I don't know, like there's something about this here. So I don't know how that might pertain to you. Sorry, like I started like kind of questioning myself because I'm like, what is the message exactly? All right, but there is something about like parent and child dynamics here that seem to be calling to your attention. So check in with yourself, you know, like, are you considering becoming a parent? Do you need to get in touch with a parent? Are you considering for some, okay, for some of you with the Mkoali card showing up here, oh, okay, you might be learning how to parent yourself. You might be processing some parent wounds, whether that's a mother wound, a father wound, okay? Yeah, some of y'all could be connecting with your family, connecting with your family of origin. I don't know what that means for some of you. Wow, this is super specific. For some of you, like, I mean, it could be like family that you kind of were disconnected from, and then all of a sudden you're getting back into the picture, or you're hearing from people that you didn't even realize you were related to, and then now they're in your life or something like that, okay? Super weird, super specific messages that I'm getting. Take them as they resonate, all right? I'm going to say some of you could be reflecting right now on how your childhood is affecting you and how you show up in the world right now. You know, with the sun showing up here, you know, this is you, like you following your purpose, your most authentic version of yourself, your ego, right? Like, and I don't mean ego, you know, I don't think ego's necessarily, I don't know, sorry, because I'm hearing like ego, like I'm not egotistical. It's like, no, ego doesn't have to be a bad thing, okay? Like we all need ego to survive in this world, okay? Like it's when we overdo it, it's when we, you know, become egotist. That's, you know, but you should have a good, strong sense of self, okay? But I feel like some of y'all could be very much reflecting right now on how your childhood is affecting your present and how it is that you show up. All right, some of you could be going back to visit family, talking to family, and it could be bringing a lot of things to the light at this moment. But you know, overall, you know, with the sun energy, I feel like it's going to be a positive experience. You know, for some of you, you could even be healing through some inner child wounds, processing. Maybe that's why I was getting like all the parenting kind of. I was like, why am I keep like continue hearing like parent stuff? But you could be like, you know, maybe I'm even getting like a sense of. Okay, I'm gonna say what I heard, like, but I feel like some of you might be. I'm hearing my parents did the best that they could, but now it's my turn, right? So, like, that could be that it's your turn to parent yourself, that it's your turn to change the patterns of how you're parenting a child. It could, I don't know, like, I feel like there's almost like this acceptance of, and this recognition. There you go, recognition of maybe things that weren't quite exactly what you wanted slash needed growing up, and then now all of a sudden you're kind of reflecting on that, is being brought to the light, to the surface, and you're considering, okay, well, how can I switch things up? How can I do it in a way that feels good, that feels authentic to me? And I feel like you're really honoring who you are in that space, right? And I feel like there's almost like, because there's no, I'm not getting like any like, I don't want to use the word resignation, but I feel like just kind of like acceptance, you know, of it was what it was, but I have power of how it's going to be, you know, like it's almost, for those of you that maybe have been harboring some resentment or something like that, there's like a release of that, and you just kind of being like, you know what, I'm gonna focus on what I'm gonna do for myself from now on. No. Wow, you know, that resonated. Who is this, Sagittarius? That resonated, Sagittarius. Let's keep going. All right, you have the top, yeah, Daughter of Cups. You have the 10 of Wands. You have I'm gonna say, yeah, you're definitely navigating the world with love right now. I feel like you're, yeah, like getting in touch with softer sides of yourself. I don't know if you can see that. But getting in touch with softer sides of yourself, like just kind of seeing things through eyes of love. I feel like, I don't know, like it's almost like you're opening up in this new experience, like, or experiencing the world in a new way at this moment. Um, okay, like, I'm sorry. It's like, I'm even getting like, it's almost like a haze, or like when, you know, just kind of, you know what I'm picturing? I'm so gonna age myself. If you're familiar with this, like, you know, like The Simpsons, when Mr. Burns is going through all of these medical procedures, and then he's like that glowing entity, and he's just like, oh, like, you know, like, but like in a cute way, right? Like in a good way. Like I feel like you're just very much, I don't know, like that's what I'm picturing. Like this very like, I bring love, like, and I'm choosing love. I choose love is what I'm hearing, you know, like, and you're choosing, you know, I feel like you could have a lot of things going on, and despite that, like, you're choosing to continue to go through the world with love here. Um, yeah, you could have a lot on your plate right now. I'm gonna ask for a clarifier for this 10 of Wands. What is this 10 of Wands about? Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm tripping. Uh, sorry. It's like earlier before the Mr. Burns comparison came about, I was gonna say, like, it almost feels like a sense of, like, it almost feels like when you're tripping out on something or something. Not that I would know. But anyway, you got the Eight of Cups. You got the Eight of Cups. You got the Two of Wands and Two of Swords, but two cards of making choices over here. All right. I'm gonna say, yeah, like for some of you, I feel like, you know, like there is, you know, that there is this sense of, you may have been previously resisting, or you might feel, I'm going to say, for some of you, you're trying to walk away from something that feels like it's overwhelming you, or like you could have a choice to make about something, right? Like, am I going to walk away, or am I going to continue to try to pursue this? Am I going, I don't know, like, I'm even getting like, maybe look, take it if it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, check a different placement, all right? Um, but it could be maybe like family dynamics that weren't feeling that great, or something like that. You know, I don't know, like Imum Coeli, like this is really right, like the your roots, your where you came from, right? Like there's something about, like, it might not even be like the people, like it could be, for some of you, it could be like the people directly, right? Like, you know, like a family member, like a person. For some of you, it could just be the energy, right, of like walking away, like, or you're considering, like, I'm like, oh, like, I want to leave that behind, right? So for some of you, it could be like you're choosing to cut people out of your life. For others of you, it's like, I'm just choosing to cut out that lifestyle, right? Like, dang, sorry, I guess we're really going here, Sagittarius. But I'm even hearing like a healing of generational trauma, right? Like you choosing to walk away from like generational toxic patterns, like really saying, like, I am not going to repeat that. For some of you, I feel like you could be like, I'm not going to repeat that because I do not want to bring this to my child's life. For others of you, it could be like, I don't want to repeat that because it's just not who I am, and it's not who is true to me, right? um but I almost get the sense of something kind of pulling you back. So there could be some, I'm gonna say, like some learning, some exploration. I feel like there's almost like this deeper learning, like you recognize certain patterns, you recognize certain things. But I feel like you're still on this like trajectory of learning. Like you've made the decision that certain things are not for you, but certain things keep pulling you back, whether this is like people, right? Like people kind of coming back into your life and kind of trying to drag you down, and or I don't know, right? Like kind of, or just, it's not even like trying to drag you down, right? It could just be like, you know, that's just how they live their lives, and they don't see, right, that you're trying to live a different life. And for others of you, it could be like energetically, right? Like it could be almost like a subconscious, um, yeah, like with the Pisces cards here, with the Eight of Cups, you know, it could almost be like this subconscious, like emotions that you still haven't recognized, or patterns that you haven't recognized. So there's almost like this, you know, learning that still needs to happen for you to truly be able to walk away from patterns that are hurting you, or kind of keeping you from charging forward toward becoming your most authentic self, like truly being in your light, truly feeling just this genuine sense of contentment and comfort, and just like, this is who I am, right? And really loving yourself. But I feel like that's the journey that you're on. So I don't know if this reading made sense, Sagittarius, let me know. But it feels like, I'm gonna say, you know, it feels like a bit of I don't know, I heard hefty, like heavy, like I don't know, like it feels like it's quite the thing to tackle, right? It's like you have to sort through all these things and kind of decipher all these things, and you're, but I feel like you're making progress. Like just kind of, I feel like things are just going to make sense when they need to make sense. You know, it's not like you need to solve everything. Like I'm almost hearing, you know, like I don't want to say like, oh, this is a lifelong journey, and but like in a sense, right? Like you're just going to continue to kind of go through this, like heal these things. Like you're on the right path. I feel like, you know, this emphasis, I feel like the emphasis on the sun, the emphasis on you, like living, it's almost like by you living in your purpose, you doing the things that feel good, the more you get in touch with like the light side and the positive things and the things that just make you feel good, all of these other things are going to heal, right? Like some people can choose to go into the darkness and decide like, okay, I want to tackle this, or I want to address that, and then kind of come up from that. And for others, you can come from the light down and then kind of bring like light into these other things. And then, you know, just by being your, you know, bringing joy, bringing light, bringing things into illuminate, you can decide how you do that journey, right? So I guess, well, I guess it would be like doing light work or doing shadow work. Like you can approach it whichever way. I feel like whatever it is that you're doing though, like you're on the right path, like you're doing good. Like just continue to honor who you are. The more you continue to honor who you are, like I don't know, like just there's just, you know, it looks good, it looks healing, you know. I don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, Sagittarius. I'm gonna say I don't know what Sagittarian energy is showing up, um but I don't know, I'm wishing you just like lots of healing. I'm sorry if I'm confusing, because I feel like there's another Sagittarius reading that I did that it was like I felt confused too. Like I felt in a haze. Like it's almost like I'm delivering messages in a hazy, I don't know, like I'm channeling some sort of hazy energy. So I don't know. I hope it makes sense to you. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. And I hope to see you again sometime. All right. We are moving on to Capricorn. All right. Wow. I had to take a quick break, but I'm back. I bet you didn't even feel that, right? So all is well. Hello, Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. We are starting by asking about the dominant energy showing up for you here. Wow, you have fire and earth showing up. Interesting. That's an interesting combination. um so fire and earth signs could be significant for you at this time. You are an earth sign. I don't know, maybe you're encountering fire signs in your life that are over here, like helping you feel excited, helping you feel good about something, like helping you radiate. That could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Other earth signs, I mean Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, all right? So maybe surrounding yourself with people with those energies could be important at this time. If it's not necessarily those signs or placements, I do feel like there's something about you finding people that kind of push you out of your comfort zone, is what I'm gonna say, or getting in touch with people who kind of you find exciting, or you might go adventuring with, that you might try something new with. You know, like there's something about you, and maybe it's not people, right? I am seeing this as kind of like this, finding people to help you in this supportive way. um but it doesn't have to be. It could just be you doing those things by yourself, you know, getting in touch with what makes me feel good, what do I want to do for fun, what do I find fun, you know, like what excites me, what feels good, you know, what's a hobby that I haven't done in a while. And I feel like you're deciding to act on it, you know, like you're not just allowing it to live in your head or be an idea, right? So for example, maybe you're like, oh, just an example, like, oh, I remember when I was little, I used to like to paint with watercolors, and that was really fun. And then, you know, you're like, okay, cool, you know, that was fun, you know. But it's like maybe you're going out and you're getting a little art set, you know. It doesn't have, you know, maybe you're going to Dollar Tree, okay? It doesn't have to be like you're buying, you know, the most expensive thing, but you're trying to kind of explore things, right? Like maybe it's like, oh, I used to like to sing, so you put on a playlist and you sing your heart out, right? Like it doesn't matter if you're out of tune or whatever, okay? But it's about like getting things going. Like you're not just letting it be an idea, you're putting it into practice. Now let's see. Okay, that felt like a decent shuffle. Yeah, yep. Okay, this makes so much sense. You know, why do you need to do these things? Why do you need to get in touch with that? You have the Mother of Wands showing up reversed for you here, and the Ace of Cups, okay? So reversed, okay? So I'm feeling like almost like a sense of like, you know, okay, so like with the Ace of Cups, this could be something that you had hopes for, something that didn't work out, that's making you feel almost like you're emotionally, like I'm just getting sad, you know, like sad. Like I'm sorry if that's too basic of a word, but like a sense of sadness, a sense of fatigue is also what I'm getting with the Mother of Wands. Just feeling uninspired, feeling tired, like, and I feel like, I don't know, there could have been something that you felt very hopeful for, and when that didn't work out, it cost you to retreat and kind of feel a little bit lost. Maybe like you don't know. I'm even getting like, I don't even know what it is that I want to nurture anymore. I don't even know what it is that I want to do or grow or charge toward, like what feels good, you know? And that's why you're being asked to get in touch with all these random little things, you know, like maybe it's trying new things that you never even considered, and maybe you learn you hate it, you know, maybe your friend invites you to a sip and paint or something, and you're like, that was not my thing. But it's like, okay, you tried something new, you learned that it was not your thing, let's try something else. Right? um and just kind of like exploring until you kind of find something, you know. I'm gonna say, for some of you, working on balancing your sacral chakra could be helpful if you do chakra work, okay? You don't have to, you can look into it. If it's not your thing, not your thing, okay? But yeah, also like lighting candles or incense, you know, kind of getting in touch with the energy of fire. You know, you can you know, have a bonfire somewhere, or, you know, safe fire, you know, or even like lighting a candle or something like that, and just kind of, you know, meditating on it, you know, and um, yeah, like, I don't know, like, I feel like that's why that's here, you know, because you're actually putting into practice, because I get the sense of just being tired, being a little sad over here. Yeah. You know, you are over here, you know, with the Five of Wands. You could have a lot of things that you're working through. You could have some I'm not getting like super deep fights that you're getting into, but it could just be that you're encountering a lot of like tension in your everyday, or little arguments or little disagreements. And I'm getting the sense of like little things gone wrong that are starting to build up, you know, like they're like that's something. Tell me about this Five of Wands, all right? How can Capricorn address this Five of Wands here? All right, I do feel like, yeah, Five of Cups. Yeah. Well, okay. Tell me more. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. Hurt. Hurt. Five of Cups. 10 of Cups reversed. Like Five of Cups. Yeah. Like there's just, I feel like I see it. Look. The pain that you might be carrying, the hurt that you might be carrying, I mean, this can vary, right? Like I use the word sad because I feel like it can vary by person. For some of you, it could be frustration. For some of you, it could be sadness. For some of you, it could be like disillusionment. It could be despair. It could be feeling isolated. It could be, I don't know, like it can vary, right? I'm gonna, I'm gonna like just kind of throw this out there, like as a human person, you know, for some of you, talking to somebody like an actual therapist or seeking out a counselor or something like that could be beneficial. If you're like, you know, for some of you, right, like that could be a thing, okay? Um, but what I'm seeing here is that, you know, that sadness that you're carrying within you, I don't know how much you are working through it. I feel like the Hanged Man is asking you to allow yourself to feel your feelings. And fuck, I know that's hard for a Capricorn, right? Like, I mean, yeah. But I feel like that's what you're being asked to do, to feel your feelings. Look, I'm gonna say this. Sorry, like my back's really hurting. Oh, you know what? Good, actually. That's why messages come in interesting ways, okay? Pay attention to your body, okay? So like if you don't know how to start with, you know, working through your feelings and things like that, you know, when I was learning how to feel, because whatever. Oh, okay, this is embarrassing. Don't look at me while I'm talking to you, okay? But when I was learning how to feel, one of the things that I was encouraged to do was check in with my body, right? So do you feel like a chest pain? Do you feel like a frog in your throat? Do you feel woozy? Do you feel sick to your stomach? Do you feel like you're about to fall? Like, what is it that you're sensing, right? What is it? Like, get in touch with your body. And that could be a big part of you checking in with your feelings. It could be telling you about something. I think I brought up, you know, like your sacral chakra potentially needing some balancing. But for some of you, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Take it if take it if you want to try it. If not, you know, cool. But maybe looking into balancing your chakras could actually be a helpful strategy for this, because what I'm seeing is that all of the things that you are carrying within you are showing up in how you're navigating the world, and they could be making things harder for you. So, like, you might not recognize or realize that, for example, right? You might not recognize that, you know, the sadness that you're carrying is causing you to be very mean, right? And push people away. Or you might not, or be inconsiderate, or not have empathy, or what, you know, like it can look like a lot of different things, right? But like it could be manifesting itself in ways that you're not even recognizing or aware of. And then that could be creating tension for you, even when it's not what you intended. But it's almost like this, the pain is speaking through your actions or through your words or whatever, out of your control. So I know that maybe sitting with your feelings can be uncomfortable as well, but it can also be a way of helping you gain perspective. It can be a way of helping you, you know, work through that. And fuck it, you know, we're talking about control, you know, maybe like getting in touch with our feelings can sometimes feel like we're out of control when we're allowing our feelings to do their thing. And it's like, what the fuck, you know, like, I don't know how many times I'm like, I'd rather not be feeling this thing, you know? But allowing it to speak and allowing it to do its thing, you know, it's going to actually help you regain control, you know, so that it's not manifesting in other ways that you're not even recognizing. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, Capricorn. All right. Um, you know, I do feel like there's perspective to be gained here. I feel like you're being asked right now to create space for fun times, all right? Give yourself the space to have joy. Give yourself the times to be happy. Like for some of you, I'm even getting it as like, maybe you feel like you have so much on your plate, or maybe you feel like you're really sad and you feel like you don't have permission to create space for joy because you have to take care of business. Or I'm sad, how can I be happy? But know that these two can coexist. Like you can be carrying some sadness within you and still have moments of joy, right? Like these do not have to be completely exclusive. And it doesn't, I mean, you know, it's kind of life here, you know. I do feel like you're gaining perspective on your situations. I feel like allowing yourself to get in touch with your emotions, allowing yourself to delve deep into your, like your psyche, your subconscious. Okay, like dang, I'm look, you do you, okay, but for some of you, I'm even hearing um, like um, what's it like? What do you call it when you get hypnotized? Like hypnotherapy, is that what it's called? Yeah, so like even like hypnotherapy, right? Or just like, right, like general therapy, some sort of counseling. For some of you it could be like seeking out a shaman, seeking out a cleanse, like something like that. But I do feel like kind of, you know, that could open the door for you to, you know, like work on your healing or recognize your, you know, something that you might need to address at this moment. Like that's deeper than this reading, deeper than, you know, anything else. But yes, all right. So I would say like your spirituality and creating space for fun right now. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Goodness golly. Oh, that was a long reading. But I hope that there were messages for you here. If there were, I can feel my throat closing up. So I don't know what's going on, Capricorn, but yes, all right. I hope that there were messages for you here. All right. If there were, please feel free to leave me a like, a comment, subscribe if you feel inclined to. Thank you, and I hope to see you again sometime. Whew. All right. You know, I knew Capricorn. I think I felt that Capricorn was going to be heavy, and that's why I needed to take that break, because it was, like, I just felt the heaviness, you know? I don't know how to explain it. I don't think I'm as good as, anyway. Yeah. All right, let's move on to Aquarius, all right? All right, hello, Aquarius. We have cleansed the space. We are focusing on Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, rising, whichever place been brought you here, welcome. We are starting this reading by asking about the dominant energy showing up for you at this time. You have Neptune and your third house showing up here, okay? Now, interesting message that I got right off the bat with Neptune and the third house. Neptune can rule like escapism, like the haziness, the lack of clarity, right? It can be very unclear sometimes, you know. Like I think like it's the energy of, right, like being caught in the haze. And with the third house here, this is I mean, it can embody a lot of things. One of the things is like your community. So I feel like there's almost like a lack of clarity. I mean, dominant, and also like communication would be like the other thing. So like there's like a lack of clarity in how you are either relating to people in your community. There's a lack of clarity in your communication, like that could need attention, or these could be areas that you are focusing on right now. So this part of the reading, if it doesn't resonate with you, I'm going to say please check out a different placement, okay? But these are the messages that I'm getting strongly, because like these things can rule a lot of different areas, but I'm very much getting something about unclear communication, unclear expression, like a lack of knowing your place in your community, a lack of understanding a social circle, right? Like it's like you're kind of caught in the haze here and trying to find your place is what I'm sensing. Now, let's see what else is showing up. What else is showing up for Aquarius? All right, you have the Seven of Swords. You have the Five of Pentacles showing up over here. All right. Look, yeah, I'm going to say, you know, with the Seven of Swords, that can also be unclear communication or manipulative communication, okay? So the way that you are sharing yourself, the way that you're speaking things, the way that you are talking to people, relating to people could very much be in need of your attention at this time. There's this need to come up with a new strategy, a new way of navigating your world, navigating your community, because I feel like, look, I'm going to say there's almost like, I don't want to say like burning bridges, because it's almost like unclear bridges, right? Like there could be connections, that you're making with the people around you. There could be like, you could be encountering the right people, but it's almost like you're not seeing it. You're not seeing that, like that your approach could really be a resource that how can I say this? Like your approach to interactions is almost like a missing resource. Like if you work on the way that you're expressing yourself, it can change the resources that you have access to. It can gain you access to new communities, to new information, to new opportunities over here. But I'm seeing this. Look, I was going to say, if it resonates, cool. If it doesn't, please check a different placement. But for some of you, this could include like releasing manipulative tendencies, or releasing maybe this need to try to play games with people, or this need to try to outsmart people all the time, right? Like I feel like, you know, like there could be a lot of game playing here in your interactions that could be leaving people like wondering if they can trust you, right? Like I go back to the haze, like there's this lack of clear communication. So that could be something that you're addressing at this moment. I feel like because you might feel like you're kind of down and out right now, like you don't have access to everything that you need, but you could gain access. Like the resources are there, but you need to know the right people to talk to. And I feel like you need to know the right way to talk to those people. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, okay? Because that was the message that I got, and it felt very clear in my head. And I'm not getting any other messages. Like that was the message that I got from you, Aquarius. Yeah. You have the Nine of Cups. You have the, yeah, look, opportunities. Opportunities are showing up at your door here, okay? Yeah, you're gonna have opportunities. Like, I mean, I love this because, so the Magician is somebody who is aware of their resources, right? Like, you're paying attention. You're paying attention to what you have. You're paying attention to what you need. You're saying, hey, you know, like, this is what I'm gonna create with what I have access to. Like, you know, I learned this thing. I have this incentive. I have this knowledge. I have this amount of material resources too, you know, like, so I'm gonna put all these things together and create something, right? Like, this is beautiful. This is you. This is what's coming your way. And then I love this card in particular. I like that it showed up here because, you know, this is like a fairy godmother. So I feel like it's like you don't have to do it by yourself. There's going to be support. There's going to be somebody who has your back. There's going to be, I go back to this. Like, I feel like you might be missing opportunities or closing yourself off. So for some of you, it could be as simple as speaking out, you know, like what you need and things like that. But I do go back to this, like saying things the right way and being very strategic about the moves that you're making could be like help you gain access to even more things here. Okay. Now, with the Nine of Cups, you know, I would ask you to check in with yourself about your, I would say, like, I don't want to say like self-worth, because I think of like self-worth more in the night. Well, like your self-love, or like the way that you value yourself, the way that you honor yourself, because I feel like for some of you, you might even feel unworthy of asking for these things, or you might feel like you need to outsmart people, or you need to manipulate people, or you need to, you know, like be sneaky or this or that or something like that. Because fundamentally there's this sense of like, I don't know, like feeling like you wouldn't be accepted as you are, or like people would, I don't know, like I don't know how to, like, how to explain it, but it's like, be like, it's almost like as you strengthen your sense of self, as you strengthen your self-love, as you show your, you know what, like I am worthy of receiving these things, as you're like, you know, kind of like comfortable with who you are as well, you won't feel the need, right, to manipulate people, or you won't feel the need to keep people in the dark, or you won't feel the need to try to get things your way through sneaky ways, because fundamentally you might feel like you don't deserve them, because you're gonna be like, you know what, like, you know, I'm open, I'm gonna try new things, I'm gonna like explore, I'm gonna like, I'm worthy of this, right? So I do feel like working on your self-love and working on little things, right, to help you strengthen your sense of self could be significant at this time as well, Aquarius. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. I hope that there were messages for you here. If there were, please feel free to let me know your likes, comments, subscribes. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this, and if there was anything for you here. All right, we are going to move on to Pisces, but I need water first. And honestly, my back just hurts. All right, let's do this. Hello, Pisces, Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. We are starting by asking about the dominant energy showing up for you at this time. So if this part of the reading resonates with you, you know that you are at the right place. That part didn't want to come out. That's why I'm, wow. Is that two? No, that's just one. Goodness golly. I'm going to say... some of you could be finding love at work, or there could be a work affair. Doesn't have to be. You do not have to accept it. You have free will, okay? I'm just saying something that's showing up here. All right, you have the 10th house. So this is your 10th house of career, your public life, okay, how your public image, how you're showing up, what you might be deciding to pursue, okay, could be highlighted at this time. And they might not be joint, you know, they could be completely separate. For some of you, you know, there could be like a combination of you finding something like that as you, I'm hitting, I guess, you pursue a new career or maybe your current career. I'm gonna say like you are very much being seen. You are, did I say that right? You are very much being seen and noticed at this moment, okay? Like people are noticing what you do. Like I feel like it's a good thing, you know, like people are recognizing you, like honoring you, like, oh, like this person really, you know. Um, but you know, for those of you who feel like, oh dang, I really wish I wasn't in the spotlight right now because I haven't been doing my best, you're still being seen. So do with that information what you will. All right. So together, separate, I don't know. You also have arrows showing up over here, okay, with like desire, um, um, passionate times, exciting times, okay. So like I said, for some of you, this could be energy that's, you know, kind of combining over here. But for others of you, like these are just two parts of your life that are taking up a lot of your attention at this moment. And I'm gonna say, for some of you, I feel like you're kind of getting rekindled or finding a new desire, like for what it is that you want your public life to look like or your career life to look like. You're getting like reignited, right? Like, or you could be changing your goals or exploring new things or kind of feeling like that desire to want to do something new or something different in your career life. So let's see if that part resonated with you. Let's see what else is showing up for you here, because goodness golly, woo. Yeah, well, all right. You have the Magician, you have Judgment card showing up over here. Two major arcanas, okay, so you could be going through some very significant you could be going through some very significant like internal transformation is what I'm getting it as, okay? Just like changes in your deep within. With the Judgment card, you know, this is a card of a rebirth, of a reawakening. Like you could be waking up to how things could be different. You could be waking up to things that you want to try, things that you want to leave behind. Like you're rising up, right? Like a new version of yourself is rising up over here. And that includes, you know, with the Judgment card, this is, you know, a rebirth in the sense that like you had to let go of something, right? So there could be something that you're releasing. This is also like you being called to, it's like you can accept the call or not, right? So you can decide if you're going to try something new. You can decide if you want to try something different, but like the universe wanting to give you this opportunity. You know, it's very much an energy of whatever you put into something, um growing, manifesting, right? Or whatever you don't, not growing. So like you're kind of checking in with yourself about this. You could also have a second opportunity as something that didn't quite work out. So for some of you, this could be in your career. And for some of you, this could be in love or in passion or in finding something that you feel more passionate about, you know? So it doesn't have to be necessarily romantic. It could just be a second opportunity at finding passion in general in your life and finding excitement, okay? I do feel like you could be coming from um, something that you had a lot of high hopes for, but it didn't quite work out. There could have been a misuse of resources. You know, the Magician showing up reversed is yeah, the Magician has a lot of power, a lot of manifesting power. You know, you could be manifesting this transition for yourself over here, but I do feel like the reversal is saying there's some clarity that you need to gain within yourself, because the Magician has access to all of these resources, right? Like it might not have, right, 20 million cups, you know, of, you know, I don't know, whatever, right? But like it has a cup and it knows how to use the cup that it has, right? Like it might not have, you know, like, I don't know, they might not have all the knowledge in the world, but it knows how to use the knowledge that it has to start to build, to start to make things happen, okay? So there's a sense, like, you're being asked to check in with yourself about the resources that you actually have access to, because I feel like you've been neglecting that, or you might not be seeing everything that you actually can access, like do have the potential to create and do for yourself. It's like you're ignoring it, or you're not honoring it, or you're not seeing it in yourself. Like, I don't know, like there's something about you like pushing it away, or maybe even like just like not even recognizing it at all. You're just like, what are you talking about? I don't have that knowledge, or la la. But it's like, it's within you. You know, the cards are saying here, like, you have it in you, you're not seeing it. But you have this opportunity, but you have to decide. You have to decide to accept the call. Otherwise, right, like, I mean, it's your choice. You have free will in this context, you know, I mean, in this sense, like, yeah. Let's see what else is showing up for you here. Pisces. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, because I kept talking about like the judgment call and things like that. Some of y'all could literally be getting like communication from you know, communication regarding something you know, something fun, something exciting, regarding, you know, maybe like dating, maybe it's your love life, okay? Communication regarding career opportunities, communication regarding, like, it could be networking opportunities as well, okay? Or you could be communicating a lot, okay? I feel like, you know, with the Page of Swords, I'm gonna say, because sometimes the Page of Swords is a bit unrefined in the way that they express things, and they're maybe sometimes they're too focused on getting their point across and they're not listening, right? Or sometimes they're just a little fast, they come and go, you know, like they're like all over the place, you know. So a couple of things I'm gonna say. First and foremost, you know, be mindful of those things. You know, if you're aware that you're like, okay, maybe I need to listen more, then, you know, check in with yourself about that. If you're yeah, like aware that there's still something that you need to learn, if you're aware that you might need to work on your communication skills, you know, like check in with yourself about that. But I feel like this is, I don't know, like the Page of Swords showing up upright, especially compared to the Knight of Coins showing up reversed. I feel like you're not um you're not stopping yourself, you're deciding to charge forward, all right? Like, how can I say this? Yes, you can do little. So, for example, you know, maybe you're afraid to network or reach out because you're like, oh, like I don't know how to say things, or I don't know exactly what I need to ask for, and I'm scared, you know. So it's like, you know, there could be research that you can do, right? Like, I don't know, maybe maybe you're going into Chat GPT and saying, hey, AI, how can I, you know, like ask for this, or how can I reach out to that, or what to, you know, I don't know, right? Like, but like you could be looking at your resources and do things, but also remember that it doesn't have to be perfect, because the page is saying we are gonna do this, we're gonna charge forward, we're actually going to try to figure this out, right? And I feel like everything that's happening right now is in the intellectual realm. So you're learning, you're talking, you're communicating, you're networking, okay? So the career wise, right? No, like love wise or passion wise, okay? I will say same thing, right? Like you're kind of talking. But then with the Knight of Coins, you're kind of holding off on the physical actions, all right? At least for now. I'm not saying that this is forever, you know, but I feel like there's still a lot of information that you're gathering at this moment. So don't be like, you might experience this as a delay, you know, with the Knight of Coins. You might experience this like it's not happening as fast as I wanted to, you know, like I just kind of want things to get going and moving, and you know, for some people it can be frustrating. But what I'm gonna say with the Knight of Coins is that you're taking it slow, because that way you're ensuring a strong foundation, right? You're gathering your resources, you're learning what you need to learn so that you're charging forward more confidently, right? Because the Knight of Coins, when they arrive with something real, something tangible. Like, they make things happen. They're going to cultivate, they're going to grow, right? Like, they're saying this is going to expand into this abundant thing, but that's not going to happen overnight. That's why it's so slow, because all the cultivating takes time, takes steps, you know. So don't rush into anything at this moment, all right, Pisces? Like, I feel like you're still in the learning things and, yeah, learning phase. Then I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, right? I hope that there were messages for you here. If there were, please feel free to let me know. Your likes, comments, subscribes, let me know you'd like to see more readings like this. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I hope to see you again sometime.